Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Wynn's Magical Diary. Now in the previous episode, we done a few lessons and we learnt a couple of spells in fact, and we had a rather awkward moment with our roommate where my character thought that one of our roommates, Ellen, was stealing Virginia's underwear. So what is going to happen today? Well, I believe we're on the second week, and the second week I think the student initiation is the freshman initiation is going on right now. So let's just continue. So we've also learned silence. A single target is rendered temporarily noiseless. Ooh. I'm sitting at my desk, staring at a blank piece of paper and tapping my pencil absently. Could you stop that please? It's a slightly annoying sound. Sorry. I flatten my hands on the desk surface to try and keep from fidgeting and sigh. Are you doing homework? No, I'm trying to write a stupid love letter. A love letter? Not a real one. It's for initiation. I'm supposed to write a really romantic love letter. But I have no idea what to say. Oh, maybe you should just quote Shakespeare. Sonnets are romantic. I don't think that counts as writing. Sorry, I was never good at creative writing. Oh, I have an idea. You don't have to copy a famous poem exactly, but I can still give you suggestions. Shall I compare thee to summer's day, now what more lovely and more temperate? So compare him to something unusual. His voice is like butter or his teeth are like knives. His teeth are like knives seem really weird. His voice is like butter probably get me some more cute points. So, like, the steel of a knife is not as sharp and as strong as your teeth. That doesn't sound much like a love letter. Well, it's not a real love letter anyway, right? And it's supposed to be really over the top. So maybe I should stop trying to make it make sense. I look out the window. Your mind is like the sky. It's huge and when it gets dark there are stars in it. Doesn't make much sense, but I'm sure I can make it sillier. I want to sail to those stars on my hoverboard and circle them with my magical pen to make them change colour. Then I'll bring them together in an explosion of romance. Yours, Silver. That's very strange. That means it's special. I suppose. I look at what I've written and frown. I don't think I have very good love letter handwriting though, and I don't have any cutesy stationery. I do. I could copy it over if you want. Really? Thanks. I hand her my scribbled version as she produces a small pad of pink paper decorated with flowers. It's supposed to be sealed with a kiss. Do you think he'll know if I don't? I don't know, there might be a spell for it. I guess I have to then. Ellen copies my love letter and folds it up carefully. And I fold it up carefully, kiss the center of the folded paper. I do not want a paperclip on my lip. Excuse me, let me do that sentence again. Ellen copies my love letter and I fold it up and carefully kiss the center of the folded paper. I do not want a paperclip on my lip. Now I can deliver this thing and forget about it. Black Magic on September 11th, Wednesday. Ooh, we learned True Sight. Allows the caster to see through illusions in the current location. Ooh. Might come in handy. Blue Magic. When the professor arrives for class, we're all waiting quietly in our seats. He proceeds to walk down to the front of the class, looks down at his desk and frowns. He picks up a folded piece of pink paper, holding it pinched between his thumb and forefinger as if it were a particularly unpleasant piece of soiled laundry. Unfolding it gingerly, he begins to read aloud. The steel of a knife is not as sharp and strong as your teeth. Oh no! There are a few giggles quickly smothered as his gaze sweeps the classroom. Would the author of this little missive care to identify him or herself? Might as well own up to it. With a gulp, I stand up. It's mine, sir. Ah, Miss Wynn. And did you expect me to be flattered by your childish affections? What? Wait, no, it's not to you. 10 demerits this detention this Saturday. But I didn't. Silence!
In the interest of avoiding further disruption to today's lessons, I think it's best that you leave the classroom now. Perhaps by tomorrow you will have had time to think about your actions.
But I didn't do this! Oh, there's no point. He won't listen. All I can do is slink out of the room in shame. It's not fair. It doesn't make any sense. How did that letter possibly get here? I gave it to... Damien! I stomped through the halls, driven by the fires of righteous fury. Even the seniors I pass on my way don't dare challenge me. Falcon Hall, home of the pretty boys. He must be around here somewhere. Damien!
Is my favourite freshman looking for me?
I jabbed my fingers into his chest. You gave my love letter to Professor Grabiner. You humiliated me in front of the entire class. Now I've got detention.
Oh no. Silver, I'm so sorry.
I thought you were supposed to be my senior, my friend.
Oh, sweet girl.
He sighs.
This is all my fault.
Of course it's your fault. You did it.
That's not what happened. I was telling some of the guys how I made my freshmen write this letter for me. I was showing off. They thought it was funny, the very idea of a girl writing a love letter to someone like me. When I was at class yesterday, someone broke into my room and stole the letter.
Oh.
I thought they were only going to use it to tease me. I never imagined you would be hurt. I'll go to Professor Grabner. I'll explain that I made you write the letter. If someone gets detention for this, it should be me.
You're sure it's all right? I tried to explain, but Professor Grabner wouldn't listen to me at all.
Well, you're a freshman. No one listens to them. I'm sure I can make him understand the truth. Everything will be fine. Besides, I'm your senior. It's my job to protect you.
Thank you.
Now, do I get a hug?
Okay. I reach out and give him a squeeze, cautiously, but that seemed to be enough to make him happy. You're a good guy, Damien.
I do my best.
It's not until after I wake up on Friday morning that I realize something. Something very important which should have occurred to me before now. Virginia! Psst! Virginia! Wake up! It's Friday the 13th! So... are there any special rituals we need to do or to not do to protect us from magical bad luck? Ah, nah. Friday the 13th is good luck when you're a witch. Oh. So it's a good omen that our initiation finishes today. Now, let me finish sleeping. She pulls the cover over her head. Well, I'm already wide awake, so I might as well make an early day of it. As I'm walking through the halls, I hear a sound of familiar footsteps. Oh, great. So much for this being a lucky day.
Good morning, Miss Wynn.
Good morning, sir.
I believe that I owe you something of an apology.
An apology?
I did not give you a chance to explain your actions because I believed that I already knew the reasons behind them. You may not be aware, Miss Wynn, but it is considered a traditional initiation prank to order freshmen to proclaim their love for me. The very thought of which fills them with horror.
I see.
Since it was not your intent to disrupt my lessons, I will cancel your detention and return the 10 merits I took from you. And another 10 for having the courage to admit that you had written the letter, and an apology for the lesson you missed out on.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Please do not feel that this makes us friends, Miss Wynn. It's simply a matter of redressing the balance.
Yes, sir. So we're doing blue magic? We don't learn a spell. After the day's activities, we all call together in the gymnasium again. Just freshmen at first, standing together in a confused herd and whispering about the crazy tasks we've been doing this week. Then we hear the sounds of heavy footsteps marching in union.
Bow down! Look up! You're too tall! Don't turn your back to me! Lower! Lower!
After a few minutes, we're all lying flat on our backs on the floor. And that's when William takes the stage.
Welcome, freshmen. It's time for the final phase of your initiation. Corina will be passing out the blindfolds. Please put them on.
A long-haired girl from Snake Hall tiptoes around the room, delicately placing a strip of dark fabric in the hands of each freshman. Blindfolded? What are they planning to do with us? Well, everyone else is doing it. Okay, now I can't see and I have no idea what's going on. I hear people moving around, whispering. 1 or 2 giggles. I wait. Eventually I feel a hand touching my shoulder.
Sit up, carefully. Now on your feet.
I stand up with unseen hands under my elbows steadying me. Then one of the hands pushes me. Hey! Round and round she goes, where she stops nobody knows. I feel myself spun around, passed from hand to hand.
Stop!
They hold me, swaying in place.
For your own safety, do exactly what I tell you. Walk forward, slowly.
That voice sounds familiar. Well, whatever, I'll play along. I follow the instructions of the voices and try to guess where I'm going. Through the buildings, out a door, and across the grounds. Step up. Up? Careful now, don't hit your head. I feel a hand on top of my head, guiding me into a van?
Sit down, I'll strap you in.
I can hear other people being guided into the remaining seats. So, okay, we're going for a drive. To the mall? To a cave? To a hotel? To a secret underground temple? At last we arrive, and we are carefully ushered out of the car.
Surprise!
What?
Initiation is over. Now it's time for the party.
Groups of students lounge around by the lakeside, seniors and freshmen mingling freely. Long tables groan under the watermelons, punch bowls and chafing dishes.
To be honest, I don't know what a chafing dish is. I'm imagining like a huge bowl of some sort of liquid. There's soda and barbecue and games, and presents for the seniors to their freshmen.
You bought me a present?
Actually, we were supposed to make them, but I've never been very good at that sort of thing. So, here.
He hands me a small box. Inside I find a small object I don't immediately recognize. Some kind of tool. Maybe a pocket knife?
Yes, but my teeth aren't sharper than the steel.
Oh.
This was mine when I was a little boy. I kept it with me like a lucky charm. But now I want you to have it.
Thanks. He smiles at me and seems so perfectly happy that I can't imagine anyone would ever think him an evil demon.
Come on, let's join the party. It's just getting started.
Alright. Everybody's here. This would be a good chance to get my roommates to meet Damien and see that he's not a bad guy. But if that backfired, and they said something mean to him, it could spoil the party. What should I do?
Well, Virginia already said that she doesn't like Damien. Ellen probably doesn't have an opinion on Damien, or I can just have fun. Let's see what happens if we introduce him to Virginia.
Oh, you should meet my roommates.
Are you sure?
They're nice. You'll like them.
I hope.
I spot Virginia in the crowd, actually. I spot Virginia in the crowd. Actually, I spot her senior, who's pretty hard to miss. And then Virginia beside him, and he starts to lead Damien in... in their direction. Virginia's a born witch, so she'll be really helpful.
Man, I don't know what's wrong. I can't read today, guys. I don't know. Sometimes I just wake up and it's like, oh, remember all that stuff that you learnt in English class about reading? Yeah, forget all of that.
Virginia's a born witch, so she's really helpful telling me and Ellen things about the school and tradition and stuff.
Right through my begonias. But if you take some tea and rancid yak powder...
Hello, Silver. She grabs my hand. Isn't this a great party? And then she notices Damien. Oh, your senior. Virginia, this is Damien. Damien, my roommate, Virginia.
William's sister.
That's right. And I assume you guys know each other already.
Balthazar? Damien? Good week?
It's alright. Balthazar here was just telling me about his begonias. Why don't you two talk about that while Silver and I go get some food? But you'd know how much I love dessert. That's true. Come on. She tucked me away from the guys and off towards the refreshment table. Phew, I thought I'd never get away. It wasn't very nice. I wanted you and Damien to make friends. If he keeps Balthazar occupied so I don't have to hear anything more about gardening today, I'll owe him a favor. I'll even give him cookies. I suppose. Do you know what he gave me as a present? Mushroom spores. Well, you could use them to grow a snack. I hate mushrooms. Come on, there's games and food we can go. Come on, there's food and games and we can even go swimming. Let's have some fun. And so we spent the afternoon having a good time together.